Let me ask you a business question.
Please.
What I do is comedian, me, writing books, writing stand-up, doing all of that stuff. You go and speak, and you do a lot of public speaking. You have, we were saying earlier that we're kind of similar in that realm. The other side of your life is business, running businesses, running companies, doing all of that stuff. How have you balanced the two? And what do you see as the primary difference in them? Because one is you're selling you.
Well, it's very different.
And then you're selling
It's a great question.
media companies.
So a couple things. It's so funny how my energy has gotten like way down. Like when I talk about parenting and kids, I'm just like, guys, we have to save these fuckers. I love them too much. Okay, let's break it down. The way I balance it is first, and this is important, this may help some people that are busy, especially working parents. The real answer to your question of how I balance it is by not overjudging myself and giving myself grace. When you're doing 93 things like I am,
Yeah.
you know, when you're juggling 13 things,
Yeah.
I don't know if you know about this, but 6 fall to the ground and break.
Right.
I don't cry about the 6 plates that broke. I'm happy that I have 7 plates in a world where most people have 1.
Oh, yeah, that's
Got
smart.
it? So first, it's a relationship with myself.
Yeah.
I'm so entrepreneurial. I have so much stuff going on.
Yeah.
Stuff fails.
Yeah.
I'm not dwelling on my failures. I want to learn from them. I definitely don't want to hurt other people.
Yeah.
So like I'm always conscious of that. Investors, employees, that's very real to me.
Yeah.
So first it's that. Second, I work. Like real talk, like how do you get a lot done? Like I have 11, 12-hour days. That's real life.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I don't think you have to work that hard. I just love what I do.
Yeah.
You know, it's just real life
It's
for
the
me.
most fun that you have.
Yeah, I always tell people this. I'm like, I'm telling you, you may not believe me, especially if you're not that kind of person. When people tell me they get a high from running, I'm like, you're full of shit.
Right.
I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, running is the worst. But it is not lost on me that there are many people that really get a tremendous joy from running.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Right.
So when I say to people, I like working and running my companies more than golfing and sailing and laying on the beach. It's not lost on me that 90% of the audience right now is like, this guy is not telling the truth.
I know.
But I know it to be true for me.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
You enjoy.
I really enjoy it. I'm very
Yeah.
blessed. It's why I talk so much about doing what you love.
Right.
It's nirvana.
Yeah.
I would argue it's the ultimate human experience.
Yeah.
So hours, judgment, and then self-awareness. I know what I'm good at,
Yeah.
and then I hire for what I'm not good at.
When did you realize that the Gary V part of it was
Thing.
something you were good at? Was it because you ran companies and you can deal with
Actually,
people?
I'm going to tell you a cool story, especially for the comedy crowd. The greatest compliment I was ever given went completely over my head. When you just said, when did you know? I knew after the fact I did something. Let me tell you the story.
Okay.
YouTube comes out. I was writeabout.com. For context, everyone, I launched an e-commerce site for my dad's liquor store in 1997 when that was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And exploded, built a huge company for my family. I had to start my own thing later. Immigrant family businesses, you all know who. If you know, you know, everyone. So I was right about the website. Then I was one of the first significant email marketers in 1997. I was right about that. Then a website called Google came out. I don't know if you heard about it. And they had this concept of Google Ads where if you searched, ads would pop up. I literally did that first, day one. The day it launched, I bought all the wine terms. It crushed. I built this huge company. Then YouTube comes along, and I'm like, man, this is interesting because I've been watching MySpace. I'm like, MySpace is doing something interesting, which is why I was an early investor in Facebook, Twitter, all those things. YouTube comes out, and I'm like, this is cool. A year earlier, I asked my developer who does the tech stuff, I'm like, can I make wine videos to review wine on our website? Because better than words would be me tasting it and telling people.
Yeah.
He came back, he's like, no, it costs too much to host the videos. If like 50 people watch this video, it costs like $4,000. I'm like, we'll be out of business, no way. So when YouTube comes out, Eric Castor, I always want to give him flowers. Eric Castor came to me, he's like, hey, there's this new site, YouTube, and I think you can like do what you wanted a year ago, make wine videos, and we can just embed the video and we cost nothing. I'm like, nothing? That's a good price. $3.99 is always the right price. So I start this wine show, Wine Library TV, in February of 2006. I do a show every day. It's a 20-minute video. They're still up online if you want to go look at them. 20 minutes of me drinking wine, reviewing it. And I broke out because prior to that, all the wine critics, Robert Parker, the wine spectator, it was all stuffy shit. You guys know
Yeah.
the wine world. And I'm out here comparing wine to like Hulk Hogan's jockstrap and like
Right.
Big League Chew and like very irreverent. I was 30 years old.
Yeah.
I'm me. I'm who I am here, Jersey
Yep.
boy. Like I don't have that in me.
Yeah.
Even when I would
But
go
you
to
knew wine.
but that's why I was dangerous.
Yeah.
All the snobby sommeliers in New York that were
Yeah.
pissed, they knew they had a problem, which I knew what the fuck I was talking about.
Right.
So they could talk about my style, but not my substance. You know, like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
were stuck. I get some traction, and I make this video where I showed people how I built my palate when I was 17, because I wanted to be in the wine business since I was 17,
Yeah.
but my parents wouldn't let me drink. So I would read these reviews and it'd be like boysenberry and cassis and all these words I'd never heard of. I was a Jersey boy. It was like apple, orange, strawberry.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is a gooseberry, right?
Hero
And then
sandwiches.
luckily for me that Whole Foods started coming around in that time in Jersey. It wasn't just ShopRite and A&P
Yeah.
anymore. And I would go there and they would have these weird fruits. So basically when I was 18, 19, 20, I would go to a Whole Foods or a Wegmans as they
Yeah.
started to pop up in Jersey. And I would buy weird flavors of the things I read in wine descriptions, because I was like, well, if I'm going to have to sense what a gooseberry is in a Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand, shouldn't I know what a fucking gooseberry tastes like?
Right.
Anyway, I did this video on one episode where I tasted all these different things, including dirt. Mm-hmm. Like I actually ate dirt, which
Soil.
I think is normal, but everyone thought was crazy. Conan O'Brien's producers saw it and reached out to me and asked me to do the Conan show.
Right.
First, I get this email, and I think it's my friends, because this is the era where me and my friends were catfishing each other 24/7,
Yeah.
making pretend we were like former like pretty girls from high school, and saying like, "Oh, I always liked you." Like it was really, this is no joke, like a funny time where we were just catfishing 24/7.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this isn't real. I wait a couple days, they reply back. I see a phone number, so I call. It's real. Brother, you're gonna love this. I'd never done television in my life. No local, nothing.
Yeah.
And my first TV appearance of my life is the Conan show. And you may know this.
Yeah.
Conan doesn't rehearse.
Right.
It's all improv.
Yep.
So I'm literally behind this curtain and they're like, go. I go do this wine skit where we taste 4 wines and the stuff. I
Yeah.
smell his armpit. We eat dirt. We crush. It's the last segment. It's the,
Yeah.
the like the
comic
not
spot.
famous person, the last spot.
Yeah, the comic spot.
Conan's like, all right, everybody, we'll see you tonight. So it ends, everybody claps in the audience, and he turns to me, and he's like 7'9".
Yeah.
So he looks down at me, and I'm like a midget in this video. And he's like, man, that was really good. I'm like, thank you. He goes, so where do you perform? And I go, perform what? He goes, where do you do your skits? I'm like, I'm a wine store guy. He goes, get the fuck out of here. Your comedic timing's incredible.
Amazing. So that's when you knew.
That is when I knew a year and a half later, once I realized how, not only did I know Conan was awesome, but
Yeah.
at that point, even though I loved comedy, like Richard Pryor, was like what I listened to in my car, Eddie Murphy, like I loved
Yeah.
stand up,
Yeah.
Like Jerky Boys, like I loved it.
We were just doing Jerky Boys before you got here.
I love that. Is that right?
Yeah. It was like, my glasses.
Yes. Andrew Dice Clay, I lived through all that.
Yeah.
HBO, when HBO was what Netflix is now,
Yeah.
like I lived through that.
Kinnison, yeah.
Yeah, Sam, like that stuff was, I loved it. But I didn't understand how respected and revered Conan was.
Right.
And I didn't understand how profound that compliment was.
Right.
So 3 years later, I kind of woke up to it.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I just got lucky in the DNA game of my cadence and my timing.
Right.
Like
And Jersey.
And Jersey. Like, yeah, I mean, I think this goes back to what we talked about earlier. When you and I were growing up, your best friends made fun of you 24/7.
Constant.
Like, my way of showing love is making fun of people.
I literally was thinking on the way here, because you talk about not giving a shit about what people think about you, and I thought of the line, what's the difference between not giving a shit about what people think about you and being an asshole? And I was like, I could say that to Gary because I know where he came from, and he'll know that I'm not calling him an asshole.
Correct. And by the way, I have an answer for it. It's called intent.
Yeah.
When I come and do this and take time out of my day,
Yeah.
I'm doing it for a couple of reasons. One, I respect you.
Thank you.
I mean it. I like what you do. 2, I'm aware there's a lot of people in this audience that may not know me because, everyone has different audiences.
Yeah.
What am I doing here? Am I here to, peddle a book or a new movie? This is not normal stuff like the way we grew up and
Yeah.
you go and do the... I'm here because if 3 people, 3, brother,
Yeah.
if 3 people who had never heard of me
Right.
if I was the right style of love, which is Jersey love,
Yeah.
that got them to say, you know what? He's fucking right. And do something about it, well, this was a good use of an hour.
Does that math work
Yes.
for someone who's been through a lot of marketing and
Yes.
DMs and stuff?
It does.
If you walk away with 3, that's enough?
You'll love this. Listen to what I said. I'm not looking to get 3 fans.
Right. To move 3.
To move 3.
Right.
I'm going to walk away with hundreds of fans.
Right.
Because I'm good.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Like, I'll get hundreds out of this.
Yeah.
I'll also get 25 and like, fuck that, dude. It was too much. And I get that.
Right.
I'm not confused by what my energy is. But it's not about how many I get. It's not by how many I lose. I know that for some reason, the way I communicate, what I talk about, what I observe, I have 15 years of track record now to know I'm going to change, move, adjust
Right.
3 people.
Right.
And is it worth it? Of course, 1 person.
And has that changed through the years when you?
No.
Because before, like you're building companies, you're doing this stuff to. Is there, now that you've been successful?
No.
Is there move people?
I was successful because Move People was the real game I've always was playing.
Really?
Yeah. Really, real
Starting
talk.
the wine.
Yeah, like, look, think about my life. I built
Yeah.
a huge company for my dad. I left with nothing. I started my next company in a conference room because I had no money. Because I literally worked 100 hours a week in a liquor store for a decade just to build a business for my dad. It was
Right.
immigrant shit.
Yeah.
And by the way, did I leave with some resentment? Of course. I'm a grown man. Like, I was 32. I was like, fuck, I have nothing.
Right.
I started a new company.
You literally, just to be clear for you,
Yeah.
for our listeners, you built that. You took a liquor store and built this into a $60 million a year business.
That's right.
And
Not
then
$60 million valuation, revenue.
Right. And then
It wasn't my business.
and it was for your parents, and you left with you're back to zero.
Square zero.
Yeah.
Like when I started VaynerMedia, which is now a $400 million a year business, we started it out of Buddy Media's conference room in Columbus Circle because I couldn't afford rent, even though I had just built this huge business.
Right.
I didn't build Wine Library for my money and my bankroll.
Right.
I built it as the great thank you to having the best parents in the world.
Right.
That's how I thought about it.
Right.
Now, at the tail end, why I left was I was starting to build resentment towards my father. That's real talk.
Right.
Like, I didn't want to feel that way, but now I was getting older. I was about to start my own family. I went to the bank because I wanted an apartment for me and my wife at the time. And they were like, you can't get an apartment. You're worthless. But I'm like, yeah, but I built Wine Library. And they're like, that's cute. That's your dad's. And it kind of was like the first time that I had to wake up and be like, because I would use the word obsessed. I was obsessed with building something big
Yeah. Yeah.
for them because to this day, at 49 years old, it is the thing I'm most grateful for. Like, my mom did it, bro. Like, she did it.
Yeah.
Like, again, I think I'll tell you what, back to what I just said earlier, one of the other reasons I'm here for this hour is out of guilt. 99% of the people listening to this podcast did not have the mother I had. Out of gratitude, 99% of the people did not have it. And I feel like I'm just a messenger of what she did well.
Right.
My mom lost her mom at 5.
Wow.
I think about her all the time. I'm like, how did this woman become the greatest mom of all time without even having an example?